Hi everyone, I'm Sandie La Nae. Welcome to Psychic Creations. As you know, I'm an author of several books, and I like to feature authors on the show so you, the viewers, can meet the wonderful writers of books filled with interesting children's adventure, such as does our special guest today, Mary Randall. As an addendum to her Psychic Creations program, Mary speaks about the characters in her book, the geography, and she narrates the special autographs scripted into my copies of her book. Please enjoy this extended program with Nevada author Mary Randall. I am going to be purchasing Mary's fabulous books, and she just signed this for me with a very, very beautiful quote, and I would like her to read it to you viewers.
All right. Like I was telling Sandy in the first book, there's an Indian spirit on a walk through the woods that is helping these kids and explaining things to them in these caves in Kentucky. And one of the things that he told Bobby and his friends was to always remember the best trail to follow is the trail of a good human being.
Isn't that beautiful? That is just awesome. Thank you so much for writing
You are
that.
welcome. It's my pleasure.
Boy, what a treasure that is. Thank you. I like talking animals.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first one, the animals have a southern accent because Kentucky. And the second one, they have an Aussie accent, kind of talk Aussie. And then in the third one, they just talk kind of mysterious and things like that for Siberia, you know. I kind of like to match the area where they're from.
Isn't that fun?
How did you come up with Siberia?
I don't, you know what? I have all, I'm going to tell you that. On the first book in Kentucky, my parents and I, we used to go, I had my mom's mom lived in Michigan, and my dad's mom lived in Watertown, New York. So my dad would go, would pick the nice route. We'd travel by car. We'd be gone for a couple of weeks to go visit my grandparents, but we'd see all the sights along the way throughout the United States on our way back there. So one of them was the Mammoth Caves in Kentucky. I was about 8 years old, where you go down a mile underground, that you have blind fish, they turn the lights off, the rangers see the total, you can't see a thing, it's total darkness. But that made such an impression on me. I thought that was such a cool cave. That stuck with me. So when I wrote this book, of course, this is not Mammoth Caves. These are 3 different caves that happen to be made up in Kentucky, but that's what gave me the inspiration from that Mammoth Caves to do these caves in this story, and I just let my imagination go out for all the other stuff that happens there. So these books are all adventure, fantasy, magic, but I throw a little bit of history in each book. I do research so that it blends in with the adventure, magic, and fantasy, so the kids are learning, but they don't know they're learning. Like I have a little Civil War history in this one. In Australia, it's about kind of about when the English first came over, how they settled it and everything. Bobby's dad explains that to them, and how it all happened there, and things like that. And then on the Siberia one, I've always loved Australia. I've never been there, but I've always been intrigued by it. Mm-hmm. So I did a lot of research of that Queensland, Australia area, and the Great Barrier Reef and Ayers Rock to kind of fit that in with the adventure story. And that always intrigued me. And I've always been intrigued by Siberia. It's like a big mystery. Like it's such wilderness up there, and the kind of animals up there, like the white Siberian tigers, and all the neat stuff that's up there. And I've always been interested in Indians too, I made up the name the Popo Nature Tribe. There's no such tribe, but I just made that up. But of course, I've always been intrigued by the Aborigines, and then about the Yakuts, in Siberia. So all that, just put all that together with a little research and history of Siberia too, like about the trains, the Trans-Siberian Railway, and the Baikal-Amur Railway, which is called BAM, and about Lake Baikal. That's always intrigued me, that huge lake over there, and all the stuff that goes on over there, and like the Kamchatka Peninsula that comes out there. And you guys know that Russia is right across from Alaska. So we're from Alaska to Russia is only 50 miles. Mm-hmm. I learned that too.
15?
50.
50?
Yeah. And I've got maps in each book There's a little map here to show you where this takes place.
Okay.
And the map of Queensland and all the parts of Australia in this one. Then in Siberia, there's a map. It took 2 pages to do that, where you see from Moscow across, and then up in Siberia. So you could, when you're reading these stories, like the kids or adults can go back and see where all this is taking place on the map.
Oh my
do that.
gosh,
Awesome.
what a good idea. I mean,
So they can go back and find out where
Wow.
the creatures are, or the kids are, the ghosts, or whatever's going on.
Awesome.
isn't that amazing? Was it the map is in this book, The Walk Through the Woods? Did I miss
Just
it?
a little one. It's just a little tiny one. It was my very
Oh.
first map. And I decided to become, the next here it is.
Oh, there it
It's a little
is.
map from
Okay.
Grandma's, Bobby's grandma Lizzie's house, where she's staying with his grandma Lizzie while his parents were over in Australia, developing this software business. And it tells you how to get to those caves,
Oh,
like the large opening to the cave and to the Valley of the Wild Boar and things like that. Just a little map.
isn't that fun?
But it was fun to do that. Then I thought, well, in the next book I would do even a better map, more detailed of the area where it's at. Like in Queensland, I'll just show you. I'm not
How
keeping you guys from anything, am I?
interesting.
Here's the here's the
Oh,
Queensland one.
sure, yeah.
So it gives a little more detail on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Siberia, it's a bigger one because it covered a bigger area, so
Oh,
it covers 2 pages.
Oh, this is
And
fascinating.
I tried to write before. Well, that one was like somewhere in chapter 1 or beginning of chapter 2.
Uh-huh.
But I tried to do these other maps right before the first chapter, so you got to.
Oh, sure,
So you
yeah.
can see it, here it is, see? So this takes up 2 pages. see?
Oh, yeah, the 2 pages.
See?
Oh, sure. Oh, wow, okay.
Very cool.
That's funny. It's a little map, a bigger map, a
Okay.
large map.
And then they have this really cool man that's helping them along the way. And he's Russian, but he speaks English very well. His name is Dmitri, and he's like their guide on the train to get them to where they need to go. And he's
Oh, okay.
explaining to them all this history along the way, and so is Bobby's dad. So it's kind of interesting. You kind of learn. You learn as you're reading the story too, as well as all the adventure, the fantasy, and the magic, and all the ghosts and the villains and all that you learn too as you're going along.
Oh my gosh, these
And they
stories
don't
just
even
get
know
better.
it.
And they don't even know it.
Yeah.
They're learning, but they don't know it. They just figure it's part of the story.
Right.
That's awesome.
Oh, isn't that fun? That is just, I'm just so impressed. Oh, Mary, this is fabulous. Like,
Now this one I put,
oh.
to Sandie, get ready for the ride of your life as you go way down under to the depths of Australia. It's so way cool, mate. Cheers to you.
Oh, awesome.
Isn't that fun? That is just fun.
That's half the fun signing these books too. That was so much fun.
Oh gosh.
And to Sandie, hang on tight to your lucky baseball cap once again as you travel through mystical Siberia with Bobby and his pals. What will you discover there? You won't believe it. Cheers.
Oh, fun. How
go.
fun is that? Oh my gosh. This is just awesome. Oh, wait a minute here. Okay. Oh, Mary, these are wonderful. So this is 1,
Right.
2, then 3. Oh,
So you
these are.
read this one first, and then this one second, and that one third. That's it.
Isn't that fun? Oh, this has been fun, Mary. This has been
Isn't this fun? This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did this, and thank you so much
Me too.
for doing this for me and everything. I really appreciate it.
Oh,